Hello dear friends, welcome to Padhai Se Dosti YouTube channel. In today's video session, we are going to discuss about the national security, the very first chapter of the Defense Studies Workbook of 9th Standard. To understand the concept of national security, we must know certain related concepts because they are closely related to the national security issue. Let us try to understand what are accordingly let us try to understand what we can mean by concept like a nation, nation state, nationalism, national interest, national power and national security. So the very first concept, that is a nation. राष्ट्र क्या होता है ये राष्ट्र? So nation refers to a group of people living on a common territory belonging to common race, religion, language. They have a spirit of unity and therefore they become a nation. तो कोई भी ऐसा जमीन का टुकड़ा जिसके ऊपर कुछ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल वहां पे वो निवासी है, उनकी एक कॉमन लैंग्वेज है, कॉमन रेस है, कॉमन रिलीजन है और उनमें एक यूनिटी का स्पिरिट है, दैट वी आर द वन, सो दैट विल become the nation. Okay, so such a community and such a territory, we called it as a nation. Nation state, when does नेशन बिकम नेशन स्टेट, दैट इज अ क्वेश्चन इन योर माइंड. सो राष्ट्र तो ठीक है, लेकिन ये नेशन स्टेट क्या है? स्टेट तो हम अलग अलग राज्यों को बोलते हैं, लेकिन जब हम इंटरनेशनल एरेना में झांकते हैं तो ये नेशन स्टेट मतलब एक मॉडर्न राष्ट्र होता है, मॉडर्न कंट्री जो भी है उसका रेफरेंस हम यहाँ पे लेते हैं. The three elements of territory, population, and sovereignty make nation as a nation state. So remember, there are few people, they are united, they have their own group, but they don't have territory, so they will become only nation, but they don't have territory, like Palestinian people. Palestine, it is actually under control of Israel. Palestine, that the Arab people, they used to say that we are united, we have common language, religion, common race, and we have territory, but that's why we are the nation, that's why we want our Palestine. But they don't have their own territory, they don't have sovereignty on their territory, so that's why it is not a nation state. So remember, it is the three elements of territory, population and sovereignty make a nation to a nation state. तो क्या क्या होना चाहिए नेशन स्टेट बनने के लिए? हमारे पास सबसे पहला तो टेरिटरी होनी चाहिए, मतलब कुछ लैंड होनी चाहिए. पॉपुलेशन, सो साइजेबल पॉपुलेशन वी हैव टू have on that territory, and we have sovereign rights or the sovereignty on that territory, means we should have the topmost power to make a rule to guard that territory. Okay, so that is a sovereignty. There can be a lot of diversity in a nation state. For example, India has a racial, religious, linguistic, regional and economic diversity. Okay, नेशन में क्या होता है कि सभी लोग एक ही रेस के, एक ही रिलीजन के, एक ही लैंग्वेज बोलने वाले होते हैं, लेकिन नेशन स्टेट में क्या होता है कि हमारे पास टेरिटरी होती है, पॉपुलेशन होता है, सोवरिटी होती है, और उसके साथ साथ हमारे पास क्या क्या होता है कि डाइवर्सिटी भी होती है. लाइक इंडिया, वी हैव रेशियल, रिलीजियस, लिंग्विस्टिक, रीजनल एंड इकोनॉमिक डाइवर्सिटी इन आवर कंट्री. ओके, लेट्स मूव टुवर्ड्स द नेशनलिज्म. राष्ट्रवाद किसे हम बोलते हैं? द वेरी कंसेप्ट ऑफ नेशन इटसेल्फ डिफाइंस द नेशनलिज्म. The emotions and feeling of people about their country expressed in different forms can be described as a nationalism. Okay, so there are many campaigns in our country like Swachh Bharat campaign. If we are keeping our territory clean, then it is a act of nationalism. वो एक राष्ट्रभाव दिखाने की एक कृति है. Then we have our national anthem. We are giving respect to that national anthem by standing for a few seconds. So that is again the act of nationalism. So nationalism is what? It is a emotion and feeling of people about their country and expressed in different forms is known as nationalism. अलग अलग कृतियों में से, अलग अलग काव्यों में से, अलग अलग किताबों में से, या अलग अलग फीलिंग्स होती है लोगों की, उसमें से वो झलकती है. सो ऐसी जो भावना होती है उसे हम नेशनलिज्म बोलते हैं. रिमेंबर दिस थिंग. फॉर एन एग्जांपल, व्हेन यू टॉक ऑफ इंडियन नेशनलिज्म, वी टॉक ऑफ यूनाइटेड इंडिया. जब भी हम इंडियन नेशनलिज्म की बात करते हैं तो हम ऐसा कभी सोचते हैं क्या कि हमारा भारत जो है वो अलग अलग टुकड़ों में बढ़ जाए? ऐसा कभी नहीं चाहते हम लोग. अगर जो भी नेशनलिज्म की बात करता है, सो ही टॉक अबाउट द यूनाइटेड इंडिया, द स्ट्रॉन्ग इंडिया, द पावरफुल इंडिया. ओके, all of us are known as Indians in spite of our differences in terms of religion, languages, and culture. So, suppose anyone lives in Gujarat, so that is a Gujarati. Anyone lives in Rajasthan, it is a Rajasthani. Anyone lives in Bengal, it is a Bengali. That is the regional identity of that particular person. But though having all these regional languages and cultural differences, we are the Indians. Okay, when we are going anywhere in the world, if he asks us that where are you from, then we used to say that I am from India. No one say that I am from Bengal, I am from Gujarat, I am from Maharashtra, not like that. Okay, so each and every individual who belongs to India, he is an Indian. Okay, and he used to say that I am an Indian. So that is again the concept of nationalism. Then the national interest. So what is this national interest? National interest is understood within the context of core values of a nation. जो हमारी नेशन की जो भी कोर वैल्यूज है, तो उसमें ही वो नेशनल इंटरेस्ट आते हैं. The core value are defined in terms of geography, size, and other political, social, cultural, and economic elements. In India, these core values can be seen in the preamble of Indian Constitution: democracy, socialism, secularism, and republicanism. Federal system and equality are the core values of our country. These values help us to understand the history, culture, society, economic system, and form of state. Okay, so all these values: democracy, socialism, secularism, republicanism, federal system, and equality, all these values which are indicated or which are mentioned in our Indian Constitution and preamble of our Constitution, all these gives us the idea about the national interest. So here it is a democracy. So the democratic value, we believe in election, we believe in the decision by coming all people together or by sending our representative to the decision making body. Okay, in we have faith in socialism, means what? Our government, they are adopting the welfare policies for the common man. Then we have secularism, government never discriminate between different people on the basis of religion, caste, the color of the skin, the place of birth of that particular person. Okay, so that is the secularism. Then republicanism, we have the democracy by the people, for the people. Okay, and it is for welfare of each and every individual. Okay, we have federal system, means we have different states and there is a central government which keeping watch on the foreign affairs, defense, and the many issues which happens in the territory of our country. And that federal system gave some autonomous powers or some powers to govern the different regions on themselves, known as the different states like Maharashtra, Gujarat. Okay, then we have equality. Each and every individual who born in India is equal in front of the judicial system. So that is the equality. They have equal opportunities to get participated in the government or any government organization. We have different exams like MPSC exam, UPSC exam to become IS officer. So we all can able to give that exam once we have the proper education qualification. So that is the equality for all of us. So all these things, they give birth to the national interest. Okay, so suppose we are talking about the geography and size of our country, and if anyone try to invade the geography or the area of our country, then it is against our national interest. If someone is hurting the trade of India with some other country, then again it is hurted. If someone is blaming us to don't have the election properly, or uh, someone trying to interfere in the election system of India, then again it is a threat to national interest. So all these things comes under national interest. I hope it is clear to you. The national interest basically understood on by the concept on which the nation is standing on, or the values of that particular nation, and the any activity which are against that particular value, it is against the national interest. Okay, so remember all these things. Then the national power. So what is a national power? The army, navy, air force, is it a national power, or is there any different idea of national power? So let us discuss. National power is a means to protect the core values and national interests. The ability of a nation to defend itself is known as national power. From ancient times, it has always been at the center of all political system. Every nation makes an effort to acquire and sustain it. A powerful nation is in a better position to protect it in its interest. Every country make an attempt to seek cooperation from other just to protect the national interest. National power can be defined as the ability of a nation to influence other nation with a view to protect its own national interest. I hope it is clear to you what it is exactly the national power. You might have heard the soft power, hard power of country. What is hard power? Hard power means the military, the army, navy, air force, whatever weapons we have. And what is the soft power? The image of our country or the values we try to inculcate in the world. That is the soft power of our country. Suppose Indian culture. There are many fans of Indian culture throughout the world. Indian cuisine. Okay. Then Indian lifestyle. Whatever Indian knowledge we have, knowledge tradition we have. We have different Vedas, Puranas. Okay. The different rituals we have, different important handwriting, the books we have. So all these things, they are very important for the each and every individual, irrespective of the nationality. So that spreads our national power in the country. That is known as soft power. Okay, suppose we are helping any other country. Suppose there is an earthquake in Nepal and we are trying to help them by sending the essentials to those people after the devastating earthquake. Okay, so that is the help we granted to those people. So that is again a soft power of our country. Okay, so all these things comes under soft power: the language, the helping attitude of any nation. Okay, or the any particular thing like yoga is a soft power of India. From entire world, people used to came to India to learn the yoga. So that is again also the soft power of our country. And what this national power exactly defined as, it is the ability of nation to influence other nation with a viewpoint to protect our national interest. Suppose there is a any country and we want something from that country, or suppose we want to take some decision on global level and we want the backing of some other nations that they should back us for this respective decision. Then whatever our power we are deploying to back that decision in the global arena, that is a national power. It is through different political convoy like our ambassadors or our people who are residing in different countries. Okay, suppose right now you might have observed that because of this India China border conflict, there are many Indo-American people, means the people who born in India but they have taken citizenship of America. So they are protesting in America against China. Okay, so that protest try to make American policy against the China and in favor of India. So that is again the national power. So can you imagine what is the national power exactly? It resides in each and every individual of that particular country, and it is the ability of nation to influence other nation with a viewpoint to protect its own national interest. So that is basically a national power. Every nation tries to increase its national power in various ways for self protection as well as the protection of its national interest. National power is dependent upon material and non-material elements that contribute to a power. So the material elements means what? The hard power, the army, navy, air force, whatever weapons we have. And non-material power means what? It is nothing but the art, culture, language, our cuisines. Okay, whatever knowledge we have, that is a non-material element that contribute to a power. Material element include national power like coal, iron, steel, mineral, water. So whatever physical strength we have, the weapons also, the army, navy, air force also, and the natural resources also like iron, coal, steel, mineral, water. It also comes under material element or the hard power. They help us to build a nation as an industrial power hub. India's achievement in the area of space research and nuclear science have also contributed to our national power. The non-material resources include the psychology and moral of people and their sense of commitment towards the nation. Okay, so this moral of people, the psychology, and their sense of commitment towards the nation, it comes from the religion, comes from the culture, comes from the nationalism of that people. So all these things comes under the national power. I hope it is clear to you. Basically you have to remember about the national power, that it is simply the ability of nation to influence other nation with a viewpoint to protect its own national interest. Okay, and there is two type of power, as I have already told you, not mentioned in your book, but remember these words frequently in news, that is hard power and soft power. So whatever material power we have, that is our hard power. Suppose we have tremendous resources of coal and there is any country which is dependent on us for the coal. Okay, and suppose they have some conflict with India and India block their coal supply, then that is our hard power, that we can able to block the coal supply. Suppose India and China relation, we are dependent on China for many items, and if China block that item supply to our to us our country, then it is their hard power. Okay, but if we have yoga, tradition of yoga, and if we are spreading that yoga in different parts of country, we are making the life of the people of other country happy, then it is our soft power. We are not giving them money, we are not giving them the natural resources, we are not giving them the any wealth in terms of material or the money, but we are giving them the satisfaction, we are giving them the happiness. So that is the soft power. So remember these things. Okay, the non-material powers also includes the psychology, the mindset of people who are living in particular nation, then the moral of people, उनकी जो moral values है वो कैसी है, वो भी soft power में आती है, and the sense of commitment towards the nation. So I hope guys it is clear to you. Let's move towards the national security. Measures undertaken for self protection are known as security. Okay, every nation faces internal as well as external challenges to its security. National security implies dealing with external as well as internal threats. External aggression does not happen every day. However, military preparedness is in peacetime becomes a part of national security. Therefore, the defense system created during peacetime for national defense is known as national security. तो ये एक national security की definition है. Okay, so क्या बोला गया है इसमें कि जो भी शांति का समय होता है किसी एक कंट्री में, उस दौरान हम जो भी प्रिपेयर्डनेस करते, मतलब हम अलग अलग देशों से हेलीकॉप्टर्स खरीद के रखते हैं, टैंक्स खरीद के रखते हैं, या खुद मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, कुछ नया टेक्नोलॉजी इन्वेंट करते हैं, हमारे आर्मी को ट्रेन करते रहते हैं, अलग अलग रिक्रूटमेंट प्रोसेस चलती रहती है हमारे आर्मी पर्सोनल की, या जो भी बॉर्डर एरिया है वहां पे कोई फेंसिंग करते हैं या ट्रेंचेस बनाते हैं। ओके, अलग अलग देशों के साथ हम युद्ध सराव करते हैं। तो ये सारी चीजें जो हम करते हैं पीस टाइम में, वो क्यों करते हैं? क्योंकि अगर किसी दिन किसी बाहर की ताकत ने हमारे ऊपर अटैक कर दिया तो हम इतने कैपेबल हो कि उसका सामना कर पाए। सो दैट इज एक्सटर्नल एग्रेशन. That external aggression is not become on every day. Okay, it is not on every day, it didn't happen every day, but military preparedness in peacetime, it is a very essential to tackle that aggression, because when it happens it is unpredictable. Like, okay, तो वो किस स्केल का होगा ये हम बता नहीं सकते, इसलिए हमें पहले से ही प्रिपेयर रहना पड़ता है। ओके, और जो भी इंटरनल थ्रेट है उसको डील करने के लिए हमारी पुलिस सिस्टम होती है, कुछ इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसीज होती है। ओके, सीबीआई, सेंट्रल ब्यूरो ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन होता है, रॉ एक एजेंसी होती है, देखो वो गुप्तचर यंत्रणा जिसे हम बोलते हैं। शांति काल में शत्रु की जो भी एक्टिविटीज है उसकी खबर निकालना और हमारे जो भी सिक्योरिटी पर्सन है उन तक पहुंचाना, तो ये काम होता है ये रॉ का। ओके, so remember all these things. The national security implies protection of core values through use of national power. At the same time, other preventive measures also adapted for social, cultural, and economical as well as political security. Okay, so the social security means what? Suppose each and every individual in the society, they want to prosperous life. So the things which they want, if the supply of that particular things it is okay in the country, then that country is socially secure. Suppose during the old age, the people, they want good medical health care, they want some entertainment, they want proper food. So what they used to do, they used to save their income when they are under working age. Okay, so there is a provident fund. Okay, pf fund हम जिसे बोलते हैं, तो हमारे सैलरी में से कट होता है, so that comes under social security. Then cultural security, we all have different cultures, different religious rituals and all these things. So we want to preserve our culture by practicing that culture, so we want the freedom to practice that particular cultural values or the cultural rituals. So that comes under cultural security. Then we have economic and political security. So what is the economic security? So the security of employment gives us the economic security. And what is the political security? The right to vote, the decision making process. If in that process the common man is involved, then it is a politically secure. If it is not, then it is a dictatorship. Okay, so I hope the each and every concept from the national security point of view, whatever we discuss in this chapter, it is clear to you. We will discuss the question based on this chapter in our next session. So stay tuned with this particular video series. If you like the series, give thumbs up to the video session, share with your friend, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel so you will get the notification upcoming video session on time. So thank you guys. Have a nice day.